thank you very much for watching the show. I think Derek and I have two different opinions on how long 20 seconds is. But we'll work on that. We'll work on that. You're watching Outdoor GPS right here on NBC Sports Northwest. And look, we've got Mr. Buzz Ramsey in studio and Bryan Bell from Berkeley and Abu here in the studio. Buzz, thanks for coming in. It's good to see you, sir.
Thank you.
I missed you. Bryan,
I'm used to that.
How's
good
your
to
knee
see you.
doing, man?
Great. Wonderful.
I'm glad to hear that. If you've never had knee surgery, you don't want to, and you've gone through it 3 times and you're walking around good?
Yep. I was walking around 2 hours after surgery this time. So.
Very good. I'm glad. We're all glad to hear that.
Yep.
Have you been out fishing?
I have.
Have you?
Absolutely. Yep.
What have you been fishing for?
You know, walleye.
Really?
Yep.
How are you fishing for them?
Well, I'm jigging for him.
Oh, you're jigging for him?
We talked about not talking about this.
Yeah, I'm walking him down the road, and he's already not. Buzz, how about yourself? You been out doing anything fun?
I tried over the, I was at the Big Rock show last week, so
right, okay.
no fishing, fishing in Vegas.
Yeah, yeah.
But I went down the coast right before the holiday, New Year's.
Yeah, yeah.
And went down Thursday. River's going to come up just a foot. Came up 6 feet. So. We played gin rummy, though.
Yeah, hey, well, at least that's something to do for a while. You saw what happened with the Rivers, right?
Oh, yeah.
I know they're watching the show in the back. They're popped. They're done. And
I know.
So probably not till early next week if things kind of hold on. You're over on the east side. That's where you live. Anything kind of popping over there? I mean, walleye, you been chasing anything?
Chasing walleye. Walleye fishing's been really good, really hot. Like I said, the jig bite's been really good. Blade bait's been really good, and a few worm harnesses with the max lure smile blades. So.
Okay, gotcha. Any steelhead going on over there yet, or is it?
Steelhead's been a little, well, it's a little hit and miss. No, we're going to have another run of push of steelhead here. The Ringgold area usually picks up February and March.
Gotcha.
So
you got some options over there.
Got some options.
You don't have to come all the way over here to the west side to go chasing.
And catch and release sturgeon and keeper sturgeons started below McNary January 1st too. So
really?
That's been.
Oh yeah.
You guys have been down there getting a few of them.
I haven't eaten a sturgeon in so long. I think about them, my stomach just starts to growl.
Yeah.
I just want to eat them. Well, you guys are here to talk about your namesake rods, Buzz Ramsey air rods. Spinning rods, we got level line rods, baitcaster rods, different reasons why to use them. But we got actually 2 very different spinning rods here. One of them, by the way, with this pin reel. Kate, real quick, I don't mean to get sidetracked.
No, that's all right.
But the reel, tell me about this. The conflict too. He sent me one recently. I've been fishing with it. Love this thing. It's super light, great drag, and they're available right now, right?
They're available right now. Fisherman's Marine has them. They're in 20, 25, 30, 35, and 40 size reels. So there's several to choose from. If to match them up to the style of fishing you're doing. They retail at $159.99. And we feel they're probably the best $160 reel on the market right now.
Well, I've got $250 reels that don't feel as well, but they're all nice. But these things got a little bit different feel to them. They're really light. The drags are super solid. Anything that might distinguish them between some of the other ones that are on the market? The
conflict reels have our HT100 bearings in them, and so the HT100 bearings are a sealed bearing, and then we seal the drags as well. So the gearboxes aren't sealed, so it's not a full saltwater reel.
Right.
But it holds up really good with the sealed bearings and drags in our conditions.
So
it's raining like today.
Yeah. Chasing steelhead, all the stuff that needs to be protected is protected.
It's protected,
It's just a really well-made reel. And myself, I like a spinning reel that I can grab my line with my forefingers. I don't want to have to try to reach out for it. I want to hold it like we were supposed to hold a spinning reel and be able to grab that line and control it when I'm drifting or whatever it might be. And it's just a really solid setup. But now it's matched on a 9.9. This is where people get a little confused, Buzz. And you design rods, so you understand that. Medium light, and then, of course, the lure rating, 8 to 3/4, and then line 6 to 10.
Yeah.
Okay. For some people, very honestly, and again, you know this, that's just like it's like Chinese to them. What does that all mean, and why would you pick this rod?
Most of the line ratings, particularly on spinning rods with this series, are rated for mono. You can exceed that line rating because in reality, you're probably not going to pull much harder, even if you use a little heavier line.
Your reel that you'd have on there wouldn't.
Right. And if you're going to braid, of course, if you're going to use braid, you should step up a pound test category or 2 over the mono you've been using. Because I get long-winded on this, but mono stretches.
Right.
It's the bend of the rod and mono stretching that allows us anglers to catch big fish on a light line.
Right.
Braid doesn't stretch. So if you buy the same pound test braid as mono, you'll probably be disappointed.
Right.
The idea is to buy something that is a pound test category or two heavier, still thinner than the mono you've been using, and it'll be equally or more, or equal or stronger than the mono you've been using, but still thinner.
Makes perfect sense. You get that thinner diameter in the braid, and you can bump up your line rate.
Because braid doesn't stretch, so if you buy, if you've been using 10-pound mono, you buy 10-pound braid, braid stretches, but if you buy that in braid, 10-pound, ooh, it don't stretch, so there's no forgiveness. Think about the last time you hooked a big fish and it ran hard, and you felt the stretch come out of that line. It warns you before it breaks. Braid doesn't warn you.
No.
It just breaks.
It just breaks. Make sure you have 30 pounds. Just 30-pound tough line across the board. You'll be fine. Especially on these. So that's what I'm using a free drift with, especially on a rod like this. And this would be something that you might consider more of a free drifting or drifting style rod, not necessarily free drifting from a boat. But remember drift fishing from the bank? with a slinky, a bouncing Betty, running a pill, just drift fishing. This might be something but we'll talk more about that when we come back from this break. We're going to come back with Bryan Bell from Berkeley and Buzz Ramsey from Yakima Bait in just a couple minutes. Don't go anywhere.